Hello and welcome to Vegan Fast, where we explore the world of health and wellness to bring you the latest insights from our practical experience and expert interviews. Today is our very first interview on this channel. We're very excited. And with me is a very special guest from Brunei in Southeast Asia, of all places. Brunei is a small and wealthy nation on the island of Borneo in two distinct sections surrounded by Malaysia and the South China Sea. I picked her up from RDU Airport here in North Carolina and gave her an Uber ride to her Amtrak train station destination. On the way, we had a very amazing conversation in which we found out that we were both very interested in health and wellness. She is an amazing entrepreneur and sustainability advocate. My friend Zika Umar, welcome to Vegan Fast.
Hello, nice to meet you again, Marcel. It's been really wonderful. How are you?
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Nice to meet you again
Yes.
too. It's wonderful.
Yeah, thank you so
Wonderful,
much for
wonderful.
having me. I'm really excited to really share. I think it's really beautiful.
Yes.
It's amazing that we are actually connecting again and talk more about wellness.
So, to begin with, can you tell for our viewers a little about yourself and how you ended up in the USA before I even met you?
Yes, sure. First and foremost, my name is Zika Omar. I am from Brunei Darussalam. We're coming from a very small country in Southeast Asia with only 400,000 population. And then in our country, you can actually travel from one end to another, and I think we in just an hour plus. And then after that, you're actually reaching out to the border of Malaysia. So how I actually ended up in the US is actually I was part of a program called YLE. It is the Young Professional Fellows Program that is under the US government. So this year, I had the opportunity to travel from April up till May. Before I want to share more how I actually ended up in the US, it is more in my personal journey. I think this is how we actually connected during the Uber ride because we
Exactly.
were talking about health and wellness, and you were talking about how important to look after about our health. And I remember I share you that my journey is that a year before, I think in early 2023, I got diagnosed with
Yes.
Bell's palsy, which
Wow.
meant half of my face was paralyzed at that
Wow.
time.
Wow.
And I remember I was really at my lowest point in the first half of the year. I was really, really sick. However, with a good support system from my husband and my family, it drive me to try to be better.
Exactly.
And then because of that, I was in my own journey.
Yeah.
I wanted to explore how to get better and not rely on medication. So
Exactly.
I was more focusing on seeking more a natural remedy to
Right.
get better. And we believe that, at the end of the day, it's really about the kind of food you eat. At the
Exactly.
end of the day, it's really about the kind of food. And I only got to really experience that and immerse myself when I decided to travel to Thailand and visited a wonderful friend of mine. Her name is Nasua. Her name is R. So she's from the deep south of Thailand in Yala, and she have a beautiful farm. And I got to spend few days at her farm and really immerse myself with nature and eat organic natural food from her farm. By having that experience, my personal journey make I think that moment I kind of had an awakening idea, because after coming back from that trip, a little backstory, even though I was able to recover from Bell's palsy, I was able to get my face back. However, I was not able to get back my sense of taste. I lost my sense of taste. I think it took me like from early February up till July. I think July, August, I still lost my sense of taste was not strong. Only after I visited her farm,
Yes.
suddenly my sense of taste came back.
Yes.
It came back, and then it just realized how, when you really allot yourself to really be in the presence of nature, and you woke up early in the morning, 5 a.m. in the morning, breathing this oxygen.
Mm.
And then the beauty about her farm, her farm is called organic farm. She's not only grow organic natural produce, but she also grow beautiful wildflowers. And then all these wildflowers are edible flowers.
Wow.
Edible flowers. And then she is a young woman and a farmer herself. And I think it was very inspiring going to her place. And then it just made me realize, if going if you allot yourself on a retreat to nature, I wonder, because after that trip, I realized that I really want to give back. I really want to give back to her. I really want to help her. And I really want to see how we can help the community. And we realized that this area in Yala, they're considered the southern part of Thailand, and majority predominantly they are Muslim,
Yes.
and not a lot of people know about their place. And then I think from my friend perspective, she really wants people to come and visit her, especially at her farm. Not only at her farm, also the other farmers, also the other farmers in her area. So I think that's where the whole idea of, after coming back from Thailand, I really fully recover.
Wow.
I really fully recover. I think there was a lot of stages after coming back from Thailand. I actually got to explore and got to meet wonderful people, because because when we at our lowest point, things are always so negative. Things
Yes.
are always negative. Our mental health is not really that good.
Exactly.
But then I think that's the beauty, when you allow yourself to be nature, you actually detox yourself. You
Yes.
really detox yourself, and then that's when I realized that maybe there's something I can do. But at that time, I didn't know what was it. I didn't know what was it, only until I shared to my husband. I talk about it, and then I say, and he was saying like, what if there is a platform for people to travel to her place? And then that's where the whole idea of like, okay, this is a little bit crazy and quite ambitious. I'm not sure if it's possible. Because for myself, coming from myself, my background is more, before COVID, I was doing production. I was doing production live. And then during COVID, I ventured into F&B, food and beverages, and really focus about, but even at that time, I already started with my business. We already did the whole farm to table dining experience.
Okay.
We were also working closely with the local farmers in Brunei.
Right.
Again, I really believe that people should have access to good quality food. So yeah. Before I continue, is there anything you want to ask?
Well, you said so many
Yeah, I know there was a
wonderful
lot.
things.
There's a
No,
lot.
I'm just
Yeah,
amazed. I'm really amazed at your life experience. It's just
yeah,
wonderful. I noticed that you mentioned something in your LinkedIn page about
yeah.
your career journey is a testament to perseverance and diversity. That
Yes,
caught my attention in relation to the
yes,
story you are saying now.
yes.
Yes.
Because I think in today's when I say about being perseverance, is that it's because trying to find a job in my country was very difficult. And I remember I already start working at the age of 18 years old. And then I think coming from a background of a mixed race, mixed culture, we have like different values that we share. And even though my dad is Bruneian, my is Philippine. So I remember when I was very young, my parents always push me and my siblings to really allow ourselves to really explore and learn as many as we can along the way. So that's why in my background, I was not just doing production, media. I was at one point I was doing cosmetic, I was doing insurance, I was auditing, finance, literally hospitality. It's a lot because it's true because you do not know along the journey anything can happen. Yeah. What if one day, you lost everything, you lost your job, and there's skills that you learn along the way could be your way to really get back on your feet. But however, during COVID was very, very interesting because I never imagined myself to venture into food and beverages. I never imagined myself to do halal Filipino cuisine. And I still kept a special story in my heart when I was very young, when I visited my mom's province back in the Philippines. My great grandmother, my Lola Blanca, I was only 13 at that time,
Okay.
if I'm not mistaken. She told me, "You must learn how to cook." And I say, "Why?" And she say, "Because when the times come, you will need it." And she was like an 80, almost 90 years old lady at that time. I don't remember because I was very, very young. Because the thing about my mother's side, we kept a lot of family recipes from, I don't know, like as late as, I don't know, 18th century recipe. So we have a book of. So I've been like explore, and there are some food that I've been craving and the Philippines is not available in Brunei. We have no choice but to make it ourselves, to cook it.
Yes.
And then even I think even since I was very young, I was so much exposed to eating food from our farm because we had a farm back then.
Okay.
And we are known for our chocolate cake because growing up, I remember my family, we will make our own chocolate cake from scratch, from harvesting the cacao
Okay.
to making it. I think the journey of me with my food has always been interconnected to
I
where
see.
I am today. So when I had the business idea of what I think of my platform was,
Yes.
I wanted to create like, oh, like a similar concept like Airbnb.
Yes.
Instead of people booking for accommodation,
Yes.
they can book to go to a farm retreat, to a nature retreat. They
Yes.
can go to wellness retreat. They can do like meditation, etc. and all, and also experience farm to table.
Wow.
Because at that time we realized that a lot of the smallholder farmers, they are also struggles with their
Okay.
farm. So
Okay.
one way how we felt that they can diversify their source and income is actually offer more like agritourism, ecotourism. So this is one way to look at it. So I think, and then however at that time I still haven't have like a proper name. And I remember when I share all these ideas and all, my friends, my mentor, I will thank my mentor, Diane Kuka Maria, her name.
Okay. All right.
She is the one. Remember, I gave you a sticker.
Exactly.
Is the water village.
Right.
Brunei is known for our beautiful water village,
Oh,
and
wow.
she is one of the, my mentor owned the Airbnb at the water village,
Yes.
and that is where I share you that I did a YouTube channel. I did
Mm-hmm.
a video called about Heart of Brunei.
Yes.
It's called Heart of Brunei Kazana Kitani. So if you're curious to know about Brunei, the link is here. I don't know.
Exactly. Exactly.
So you guys can check it out
Exactly.
and get to know more about Brunei. So
Exactly.
yeah, my mentor, she advised me, why don't you apply the YCLE program? I think you should go and apply. I was skeptical at first because I felt like I'm not really sure, but this happened like last year. So the
Okay.
program that I attended is called the Young Southeast Asia Leaders Initiative Professional Fellows Program, which is a YCLE.
Yes.
And it's a fully funded exchange program sponsored by the US department. So I went to Thailand July, August I actually applied for the program.
Okay.
And then December I got the answer to travel to the US. And
Okay.
I traveled from April up till June. It's 6 weeks program.
Okay.
6 week program, and then under the program because under this program we have different teams. So
Mhm.
my team was under sustainable environment,
Okay.
sustainability,
Mhm.
yes. And I was very fortunate to get a placement with East Carolina University in
Wonderful.
North Carolina. So
Wonderful.
yeah, so that's where I travel. I remember travel to Apex. I took a bus from Greenville
Yes.
and then just to travel to Raleigh, and then how that's how we met.
Wow.
So
Wow.
yeah, so it's been really wonderful. I think through ECU I really learned a lot.
Okay.
It was a really good insight how they actually opened my mind and see a bigger picture if we really want to bring the whole idea about sustainable tourism,
Mhm.
agri-tourism. So throughout
Mhm.
my 4 weeks, 4 weeks with ECU, I got to visit all these beautiful places. I had the opportunity to visit different farms,
Wow.
and yeah, I got to meet a lot of organization. So it really opened my mind and my views. And through ECU, I got to attend one business conference, and through the business conference I got to meet a really wonderful lady. She is an alumni of ECU graduates,
Mhm.
and today she is my business partner for my platform, and
Wow.
together we
Okay.
work together and
Okay.
we name it. So the platform that we're working on is called Immerse.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a wellness travel platform. So
Wow.
that's how I actually really ended up in the US. It's
Oh,
because of an
amazing.
idea. It's because I had this awakening idea
Yes.
in Thailand, and I just realized from ever since then. Oh, another fun fact I think is also that my husband, he's African. He's from Ghana,
Wow.
and I think he is a person that he really pushed me, and I'm very grateful to have a wonderful husband who's very supportive, and he make me to push and to desire what's in life. Because when you feel really sick, life is just too short, and you realize there's so much you want to do. And I think embrace life in a beautiful way. And I felt like that moment with his support, he keep on pushing me. He's the one who keep on telling me, you can do it, you should do it, you're meant to do this. There's a reason why you get sick and experience all of this, you do not know. So I'm also very grateful with his support and everything, and of course my family. So yeah, yes, so pretty much for me. Is
Wow.
there any question that you want to ask?
Oh no, that was just very amazing, you know. Yeah, when you say
Uh-huh.
that, I'm tempted to talk about my own health experience, but I can
Yeah.
relate to what you're saying. I can relate
Yeah.
very well. The support and all that is very critical. So thank you, thank you, thank you so much. So for our viewers out there, if they want to book, you talked about this
Mhm.
agri-tourism. In fact, you got me so excited. I'm already thinking about booking mine, eh? So please.
Yes. So
Mhm.
currently for Immerse, we are
Mhm.
still working in progress. Hopefully, we will have our trial website
Yes.
because we wanted it as an app, but before we can turn it into an app, we want to turn it into like a proof of concept.
Yes.
So hopefully we can have the website going live.
Yes.
Hopefully by this month, end of
Okay.
this month or early September,
Okay.
and it will call www.immersetrouble.com.
Okay.
I
Okay.
will share you the link and the information.
Okay.
And then first, we're planning to target the farmers in Brunei.
Okay.
We are reaching out to a group of farmers in Brunei, which is
Yes.
already working in progress. Not
Yes.
only we're targeting Brunei, we also targeting from Thailand. We are
Okay.
also targeting from Malaysia,
Mhm.
and then we also have contact in the Philippines. So it's really amazing to see that this platform is can be open for anybody, actually, not just for farmers, for a host. Because recently I got the chance to talk a very serial entrepreneur in Brunei.
Yeah.
She also have her own Airbnb,
Yes.
but for her, she wanted her guests, when they come to her accommodation, she also wanted to offer wellness curated experience. She
Exactly.
also want to offer bringing her guests hiking, getting to know, because through immerse it's not just about nature, it can also be a cultural immersion. Allow yourself to get to know with the community, so the community can bring you around, show you what, for example, what is the beauty of Brunei. Yeah,
Yes.
because we are a very small country, but there's so much this country can offer, and I believe that every places in every country, there are certain area are not being noticeable, and
Yes.
there's so much they can offer.
You got me excited. I'm already thinking of booking my trip to Brunei, together with my
Yes,
family.
please.
My daughter,
You
whom I
should
just told you that
come.
she's sitting here listening to the interview. I'm
Yes,
telling you,
yes,
she's gonna.
yes,
We're all gonna be
yes.
looking forward to coming to
Yeah,
Brunei. You know, and
yeah.
and I mean, you know about Brunei definitely better than me. But as somebody who is from Africa, when I look at, let's say, the economy of Brunei and the economic aspect, Brunei is so much richer than a whole lot of African countries. Yes, and it's a small country, but
Yeah, we're
way
quite,
richer.
yeah,
Very rich. Yes.
we are very fortunate to have
Yes.
a very wonderful ruler. We are being ruled by a king.
Mm-hmm.
So we are very grateful, even though like Brunei is, we are very fortunate, but
Yes.
again, there are some problems that we
Yes.
also do face. We
I
do
understand.
face all kinds of problems. I believe that every country do face it. Like
Every
in
country does,
Brunei,
including
yeah,
the US.
yes,
Even the US has
yes,
its own
yes.
problems.
I mean, like one thing is access to eating healthy.
Okay.
I think one of it is like how important it is to educate,
Okay.
the people, especially our children, to
Yes.
know where their food coming from. I think it's very important to know where is your food really coming from. And imagine like at the age of 30 plus, I was paralyzed. And it
Mm.
was unfortunate that a lot of my friends the same age as me also experienced what I experienced.
Okay.
And I think that's where also we also share when we first time met,
Yeah. Yeah.
when we talk about like it's really the food that we eat.
Mm-hmm.
That's
The
why,
food.
yeah,
Yes,
sometimes
you can say
now,
that again. The food.
yes,
Right.
the food is really the food, really is the
Mm-hmm.
food. And when I had my treatment in Singapore after coming back from Thailand, I had my treatment in Singapore. I did the whole body scan, and they really found the root cause.
Mm-hmm.
And by finding the root cause of your problem, that's where they can advise what are the kind of food that your body need.
Mm-hmm.
And then and it turned out that the reason I was not able to fully recover is because of all the medication from the doctor. It create like
Mm-hmm.
my
You
whole
can say
body.
that again. Say
Yes,
that
my
again for
whole
my
body.
viewers to listen because
Yeah.
I've been speaking it, but
It's
it looks
really
as if the
about the
message is not.
medication. Yes.
Yes.
It's
Mm-hmm.
because, with all this medication, it create like inflammation in my body.
Mm-hmm.
My inflammation in my body was so high that
Whoa.
a lot of my organs are getting very weak. My heart was weak, my liver
Wow.
was weak,
Okay.
kidney was weak, everything was
Well,
weak. Every time I eat, I always feel nausea. I was not enjoying food. And it was very tough. It was very difficult, especially a person who works in the food and beverages.
Mm-hmm.
Did affect my business. We did went in a little bit in hiatus. Some of my client was like curious, where have I been? But yeah, but again, to experience that myself. But after coming back, and then with the Singapore, after the treatment, they just tell me what are really the kind of food that my body need. And then I tell you, in that month, I really recover. I really recovered, like I will say, like 100%. I was able to recover. I got my energy back. I was full swing. I have so much energy.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, I had so much energy.
Okay.
I enjoy food more.
Yeah.
And in the final 3 months last year, I think December, we decided to do a
Oh,
wellness retreat
okay.
festival in
Okay.
Brunei, and I got to invited my sound healing therapy. So she's
Okay.
the one. Her name is Michelle Chong.
Okay.
So she is the one who talk about this whole body scan
Mm-hmm.
and talk, and then she share a lot of insights about knowing the kind of food what your body need.
Yes.
Because yeah, and then also her story is also amazing,
Okay.
how she helped to treat like chronic patient.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really about really the food.
Mm-hmm.
The food really plays a very important role. And ever since then, whenever I sick, I told myself I am not taking paracetamol, Panadol again.
I understand.
Ever since I sick, I do not want to take paracetamol. I do not want to take any Panadol. I don't want to take any painkiller,
Hmm.
because now I know.
May I ask you a
Yeah.
curious
Yes.
question? Just curious.
Yes.
Have you ever fasted in your life?
Yes, I did, because as a Muslim, we do fasting. For Muslim, there are during the Ramadan period, we do fasting during that time,
The
because
reason
I
I'm
think,
asking is
yeah.
because a lot of people, when I talk about fasting on this channel, it
Mhm.
scares a lot of people. They are scared.
Yeah.
I did a video about how to overcome the fear of fasting,
Mhm.
still not getting through. So we
Mhm.
have to keep talking about it and getting experiences from people like you. So in your case, you fasted for religious reasons. Fasting happens for
Mhm.
many different reasons, as I shared in
Yes.
that video. Some people is religious, some people is medical. My case
Yeah.
was medical, even though
Mhm.
later on I started adding the religious aspect. So I just wanted to us to share your experience for those who are afraid to fast, because some people think
Mhm.
if they don't eat, if they miss breakfast by lunchtime, they'll be in the mortuary. They'll be dead.
Yeah.
That's why some people,
No.
yes, some people are that scared, especially here in the US.
Yeah.
Yes. So talk a little bit about your fasting experience. What challenges happened, even though it was religious? It's still the same thing. An empty
Yeah.
stomach is an empty stomach,
Yes.
no matter the reason,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So, talk a little bit about your fasting experience that was spiritual during the Ramadan. How did you feel? How were you able to get yourself to go without food?
Um, I think that's a really good question, because the thing about us, we've been trained to fasting since we were very young. I think for me, it was as young as 7 or 8, 9, 10 years old, where they start fasting. So we know how it felt like during the day. Definitely, there are hunger. You're fighting with hunger. But for us, Muslim, we actually start our day when we do our fasting before the sun goes out. We always advise to eat like dates, like kurma, dates, because they have like sugar intake. And then, but again, I felt like my personal experience in fasting, there still need a lot of improvement when it comes the kind of food we eat. Because if I have to go back the way how we do our fasting, when we break a fast, the kind of food that we eat like literally everything. But actually, if I want to improve how I want to do my fasting in the future, definitely eating moderate. Actually, eating moderate is okay.
Wow, excellent. When during the time that, just curious again, during the
Yeah.
time when you're doing fasting for religious reasons during Ramadan, do you notice people lose weight, gain weight, or
Yes.
healthier? What do you think?
I think from my personal experience, definitely we lost weight. But after the fasting season over, we gain fast after that. We don't really. I felt like we gain even more. So I'm not sure. Maybe someone else will have a different experience. But I do believe is that because we don't understand the kind of food, what we don't understand what food can do to our body.
Exactly.
But I do believe that the moment when you know what this food can do to your body, that's when you kind of like break the puzzle, in a
Exactly.
way. Yeah. Then you figure out. So I'm actually curious, and I'm thinking of doing like intermittent fasting because I want to
Oh,
try. I want to see how it will work,
exactly.
how will it work in my body. Again, I am someone who is diagnosed with PCOS, so I do have like insulin problem. So I really want to like overcome it. And again, as a woman, as myself, I do felt that it's very important for us to really take care of our wealth. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes.
They say health is wealth. So you
Yes, health
well,
is wealth.
you
Yes.
said it well.
If you liked part 1 of this video, then you won't want to miss part 2 because it will be even more mind-blowing. Therefore, hit the subscribe button and smash that notification bell. That way, you don't miss out on this fascinating story.